Hi everyone, and welcome to your monthly Pick a Card Tarot readings for the month of June 2023. If we haven't met, my name is Sydney, I'm the tarot guy next door, and I use my occult knowledge and intuition to help guide you towards the life you want. I'll be doing 7 card readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Morgan Greer Tarot with yellow calcite, the Light Seers Tarot with red jasper, and the Tarot of the Divine with green aventurine. We also have 4 different oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks. So go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. It's totally fine if you're drawn to more than one. And of course, you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. If you want to jump straight to your reading, you'll find timestamps right below. And with that, let's go right to the readings. All right, group 1, let's see what we have for you. Oh, while I was shuffling, the 3 of Cups and the 6 of Coins reversed flipped over at different points while shuffling. Both of those cards might end up being meaningless, but I wanted to mention that. So let's see what we have in your present energy. We have, what knight is this? The Knight of Wands reversed. Well, the first phrase that comes to mind when I look at this is, don't put so much pressure on yourself. I think that, the pressure part comes from the Judgment card here. And a phrase that I use a lot when Judgment comes up is, to heed the call, like you're being called to something. But in combination with the Devil here, I'm getting the impression of negative self-talk, which is interfering with your ability to, boldly leap towards adventure. And in your past energy, we have the Emperor. So it's looking like you're coming off a solid foundation. I mean, I keep talking about how the Emperor is the absolute master of his domain and all that stuff. Let me just, these cards are too small to ever be out of frame, but they can be crooked. So yeah, it's almost as if when you, after having done all the things that you've done to reach this point, that all of a sudden you feel pressure on yourself to perform. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. In the incoming energy, we have the 5 of Cups. Well, listen, nobody's perfect, and always focus on what you can do. I will, especially with the reading as it is right now, I will just remind you that there are 2 cups standing upright here. So really the key message for you up until this point is to really focus on what you have, not what could have been. That might be a real thing to keep in mind throughout the month of June for your group 1, my God. And your main advice card is the 2 of Cups, with supporting advice being the 7 of Wands reversed. So again, this is a theme that's coming up over and over and over again throughout this reading, which is to be gentle with yourself, to not put so much pressure on yourself. As regular viewers of this channel will know, when the 7 of Wands comes up in reverse, I often read it as defensiveness. And I also see, especially with the Emperor in your past and the 9 of Coins at the bottom of your deck here, I'm seeing how this pressure, whether it's legitimate pressure that's being put on you or whether it's illusory pressure that you're putting on yourself unnecessarily, I think that the key for you is to remember how powerful you are. If you focus on the Emperor in the past as if the mastership that is implied with the Emperor card is no longer with you, I think that could be the main trap. And you might need someone else to bounce ideas off of. The 2 of Cups obviously is a card of 2 people coming together to create something nice, but still at the budding phases of that. So it might be, a good time to find a work buddy. If this is more in your career, or it could be a time to, put yourself out there romantically. Obviously, I have a bias towards not reading readings as love readings. but that is a possibility. It's not what I'm seeing here, but it is what I just felt like throwing it out there, basically, because the Two of Cups is often read that way. And while I was rambling, I noticed that, the two cups here and the two cups here, there's kind of a synchronicity between them. And it is possible that one of the messages behind these two cards as they are in this reading is, well, at least we have each other. Or again, you might be invited to find this person. But one thing is for sure, sometimes we need someone to fact check us and make us realize that we are the abundant, independent person that we know that we've been in the past, and sometimes through putting pressure on yourself to achieve maybe at the same level that you were before, that's what can bring up feelings of defensiveness, feelings of disappointment, feelings of, being being gun shy. I just realized now, you only have two reversed readings. You only have two reverse cards in your entire reading, group one. So this reinforces even more that whatever feelings of disappointment or not measuring up that you may have for this month are not justified. So yeah, just relax. I'm reminded of a phrase that I hear a lot in the audios that I listen to. In life, you have to care, but not that much. And I think for you, the key is to... Oh, before I let you go, I almost forgot to say this, so I'm glad I remembered. A common trap that people fall into, especially in the online world, especially on social media, is to compare yourself to other people. That's a sure shot recipe for disappointment and sadness that might, pave the road to depression and shit like that. Now, the reason I'm bringing it up is that the trap for you for this month might be to compare yourself now to your past self. That might be the trap that you are being invited to steer away from. Just remember that, life ebbs and flows. And, as long as you find the joy and not be so defensive and focus on what you can do, then that puts you in a great shape to be the abundant, independent person that you're capable of being this month. So on that note, thank you very much for trusting me with your reading. You can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. All right, group two, let's see what we have for you for June. So in your present energy, we have the King of Coins reversed, the Emperor reversed, and the Six of Cups reversed. Wow. I'm just gonna say it. My initial vibes for these three cards are very similar to the vibes that I got initially for group one. I suspect, depending on how the next reading goes, that this might be a common theme for a lot of you. But here's the thing. And I can say this easily because I just delivered a similar message. But sometimes comparing the present days to the good old days can be a trap that sets you up for disappointment. And especially with the Six of Cups, the nostalgia card, that is definitely one of the aspects that I'm seeing here. Let's look at the past. How did we get here? And we have, the Devil reversed. Holy shit. Yeah, listen. It is, did I focus? Sorry if I was unfocused, if the camera was unfocused. Anyway, the Devil reverse coming in here is a lot of trickster energy, the temptation. Yeah, I have a feeling that the best way for me to deliver this message is to just throw down all 5 cards and pause the remaining cards and pause the recording. So in your incoming energy, we have the Empress reversed, and your main advice is the Sun. Interesting. With supporting advice being the Seven of Wands. Holy shit. With the Two of Wands at the bottom of your deck. Is all of this in frame? Yeah. And it's a little crooked, but adjusting it wouldn't be worth the return. Give me a second, group 2. I got your back. Oh. There we go. Yeah, that'll do. Group 2, the overall theme that I'm getting from this reading is one of lingering disappointments from the past. And I think that for you, what you're being invited to do for this month is to create an environment where you can be happy. And what I mean by that, it's funny too, because you're only the only two upright cards in your reading are your two advice cards, plus the bottom of the deck here. But with the Sun and the Seven of Wands here, it's like you're being invited to create a safe space for yourself, a space where, you know, bad vibes can't enter, you know, with this bubble that's surrounding this lady here. And I think that the reason why, because this might seem very empty, depending on what this devil represents in your past here, the reason why this could be beneficial for you for this month is because, listen, it's the summer. You know, the summer solstice is happening on, you know, in the latter half of the month. This is supposed to be a time to have fun and to enjoy yourself. And I think that for you, that should be a focus. To do as many things that make you happy, to create as much room and as much space on your schedule for things that make you happy, to create an environment that makes you happy, and even if you can't complete it, merely taking the actions to build it can be what can help you realize how much of a badass you are. With the King of Coins and the Emperor here, even though they're both reversed, they are both in your reading, you know. As a reminder, I basically read most cards the same way, whether they're upright or reversed. It's just the fact that they are reversed that is the extra variable, you know. So with the enduring practicality of the King of Coins, with the absolute mastery of your domain of the Emperor here, you have the potential to do it. And what can help you get to that place is the actions that you take in order to build that safe space for yourself. I think that's like one of the real keys that can help you out for this month, group 2, because there's whatever disappointment this devil reversed represents has within it the seed of an equivalent advantage, to quote Napoleon Hill, represented with the Empress reversed here. So there is an opportunity that you can, no, let me rephrase that. Whatever disappointment is lingering within you, there's an opportunity to turn that into something that can be useful for others and to create something. And for now, I would invite you to focus on creating that safe space of happiness, where you can have joy, experience joy, and through the creation of that space, reconnect with the sense of agency that you've had this whole time. Yeah, that was a mic drop right there. So thank you very much for trusting me with your reading, group 2. You can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. All right, last but not least, group 3. Let's see what we have for you for June. Obviously, I'm probably going to have to name every card because, you know, it's this deck. Oh, the Queen of Coins, the Five of Swords, and the Seven of Cups reversed. I'm really tempted to just say the phrase, whatever's going on for you right now, group 3, try not to take it out on others. And try not to worry about making the wrong choice. Right off of the gate with these 3 cards, that's what I feel like saying right now. Obviously, we're 3 cards into a 7-card reading. I'm not sure how that fits into the broader story. In the past, we have the 4 of Swords. Okay, so sometimes, oh, we have 4 and 5. It's funny. Okay, I see. I think that the vibe that I'm getting is that you've spent a lot of time thinking and planning and resting and healing, but more isolated, in an isolated way. And sometimes when you think that it's time to come out of your shell and to put yourself out there, that's when the discomfort can arise. Yeah, I have more, but I want to turn over some more cards here. So in your incoming energy, we have the 8 of Coins, which is nice, with the Ace of Cups reversed as your main advice card, and the 6 of Wands as your supporting advice card. What is this? This is the Queen of Cups reversed. Give me a second here. How is this for you? Let me stare at these cards for a little bit, Group 3. Group 3, there are a couple phrases that popped into mind repeatedly while I was staring at your cards. If something is worth fighting for, you got to fight for it. Also, it's important to recognize that slow and steady improvement is the key to get the victory that you want. Also, don't let your emotions get the better of you. One thing that jumped out almost immediately after I hit pause was that all 3 Cups cards are reversed. So the message of not letting your emotions get the better of you is the undercurrent behind this entire reading, especially with the Queen of Cups at the bottom of your deck here. What I will say is, after planning and after planning for what you want to do, at some point you got to start taking steps towards it. And change is inherently disruptive, and it might end up ruffling some feathers. It might end up, you might end up disappointing people, and that's part of the process. I think that if you let the fear of making the wrong choice paralyze you, that's a mistake I would strongly encourage you to avoid. Something that I say all the time when the 7 of Cups comes up is you don't need to worry about picking the right, stop worrying about picking the wrong cup. You probably have an idea of which cup that you would rather choose. So just pick that cup and start making progress towards it, hinted at by the 8 of Coins here. But yeah, if... planning for what you want is fun and all, but you got to take some actions in the world, and that is something that you're being invited to keep in mind for this month, Group 3. What else? There was something else. I think I tied most of it together. I think I gave like 90% of this reading. Let me just see if the extra 10% can be extracted reasonably quickly. Yeah, just be patient and realize that it's through the repetition. I've tapped on this 8 of Coins so much it's almost an advice card, but I think that the thing is, it's by trying out different cups that you can figure out which one is the right one for you. So try to keep that in mind. Obviously, you've done the planning and you look like you're in good shape to start taking those steps. I understand how taking the first couple steps might be nerve-wracking, but you're in a good position to do it. Just be gentle with yourself and focus on the process. Yeah, I think that was a mic drop right there. So thank you very much for trusting me with your reading. You can use the timestamps in the description below to jump ahead a couple seconds. I'll see you at your Oracle card reading. Okay, let's see what we have for the Oracle portion. This should be pretty good. How is that? Oh, it's perfect. All right. Group A, your card is empowerment. Excellent. This is a message that y'all could use, like all three readings. This is great. Let me read the text. The frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we all are connected through the same source. So I think the message for you is to remember that we're all in this boat together, and to try to see others as potential opportunities for growth. If you keep that in mind, that would be one of the best decisions that you can make for this month, Group A. Group B, your card is Prosperity. Ooh, nice. This is I Ching hexagram number 14. I gotta be honest, a lot of these readings were potentially pretty scary. So far, these Oracle cards are very encouraging. So this is a nice contrast, hammering in the messages that I gave. But enough of this. The key words for your card are wealth, good fortune, success, express gratitude by supporting others, material possessions. What more is there to say? I think that you're being invited to keep an abundance mindset. You're being invited to pay it forward, and be on the lookout for opportunity. That is a message that all of y'all could use for real. It's funny how fitting these Oracle cards have been with all the readings. Anyway, Group C, your card is Wedding. This is Lunar Mansion number 22. I'm gonna need a second to orient this. Okay, so this is early Capricorn. So I think for you, the main focus of this lunar mansion is to find opportunities to collaborate with people. Sometimes when you're in a rut, that is one of the best occasions to find the people who are best suited to help you move forward. And I think that is a key thing for you to keep in mind, Group C. Yeah. Group D, your card is Consciousness. This is nice. I like this card so much, especially with the circles that get bigger and bigger. I think that for you, pay attention to what you focus on. Pay attention to what you give your attention to, and try to expand. Because here's the thing. These circles could either be interpreted as bubbles or as targets. If you interpret them as targets, then that's where the pay attention to what you give your attention to comes to the front. If you see them as bubbles, it's also a nod to how, by paying attention to where you choose to concentrate on, you can expand your sphere of influence. So yeah, I think there isn't much that I could add to that without looping. So I'm going to wrap everything there. So thank you very much for watching this video. If your reading resonated with you in any way, please give this video a like, and y'all have a great month of June. I will see you soon.